Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War I, our Let's Play series against board game designer Alex Berry, and we are playing as the Entente. As a reminder, the war is going very well for us. It is 1915, and I'm hoping to to wrap this thing up and at least knock Austria-Hungary out of the war soon. Both countries' national morale is plummeting. Austria-Hungary is below 25%. The enemy forces still have, especially the Germans, still have some punch. The Ottomans are actually doing okay, but the rest of the war is in real bad shape, and the Germans are dealing with a borderline full-blown breakthrough in the West. So we'll see how things play out in this episode, and if we can make further progress, or what kind of a turn this is. Okay, so some fighting in the Sinai. Looks like they attacked some cavalry there in the south. Our lead element in Germany toward Koblenz is in danger of being destroyed. Meanwhile, they did just nearly destroy a corps in eastern Prussia, cut our Italian corps off in Augsburg in southern Germany, or actually maybe that was in Munich. And some fighting going on here in the Caucasus. There's a bit of a rebellion, kind of forgot about that, going on in Libya against the Italians. I don't know that Libya matters all that much. I do have a British unit sort of blocking any real advance against that rebellion. But losing North Africa would kind of suck, just from a morale point of view here. So Tobruk, liberated by those Ottoman rebels. City Barani captured. All right, before we do anything else, let's go check out North Africa. Do I have troops heading that way? All right, so we've got these partisans. We'll hold Benghazi here. And then in the south, also I've got this detachment which had been in Iraq, which we pulled back. Can I reinforce these guys? Not much. Okay. All right. Not going to do anything here in the Ottoman front, I don't think. I was debating landing some troops at Wilhelmshaven. So let's see if I can do that. Aww. That wasn't actually too bad. So we took Wilhelmshaven. Yay! Invasion of Germany! Okay, that was silly, but we took Wilhelmshaven here. That's just another distraction for the Germans. More national morale impacts. Also, this German's destroyer's in trouble now. We'll just destroy it. I would think that would not be good for German morale, which is at 46%. Yeah. So good news there for us. Meanwhile, can we? I was hoping to be able to take out that battleship here, but no such luck. Meanwhile, this corps here, the Finnish corps, nearly destroyed, but we can now reinforce it fully. Alright, we might be able to get Posen this turn, maybe? No, just destroyed a drive toward Breslau by some Ottoman detachments, or Austrian detachments, not Ottoman. Okay. Be great if we could finish these guys off. I don't think I've got the strength to do it, though. Wait, they left? Grodden's unoccupied? That National Morale Center? Okay. Yeah, I'll go. Let's undo that. I'll take that National Morale. It's also a fortress too, so. Defense for artillery, that's fine. Alright, this core may get destroyed. The Germans might be able to destroy it here, but we did just shatter the enemy. We took Grodden's, which is a fortification, a fortress, so we should be able to hopefully hold that next turn. Okay. And then let's try to keep these guys from being cut off by moving some units around. Posen is surrounded. I'm assuming Berlin is not unoccupied. Okay, what's Germany's unit count now? They're at 30. Okay. So these guys could be at risk of being cut off. Maybe, kinda, sorta. I should bring a unit back to... operate these guys back into this fort here so they can't just move in toward Warsaw unoccupied, or unopposed, I suppose, is the better way to phrase it. Can we reinforce these guys? Yeah. So we've got Posen surrounded. Let's do our 1 to 2. Okay. Alright, so we've weakened the garrison at Posen down to nearly nothing. Although I'm a little nervous they may... Let's do this. These guys may get wrecked by this German corps, but at least it's a diversion. Meanwhile, in the south... Take Kronstadt. Where's Bulgaria? 89%. They're getting close. Alright, we'll get that battleship in port. It's a big national morale penalty for them, down to 19%. Germans have this unit surrounded at Brunnich. So let's finish them off. Okay. So we'll take that national morale objective from the Germans. We're kind of in the rear of their advance. We'll take Stuttgart also. Or the rear of their lines here in the west. They could probably destroy the Italian corps moving up toward Stuttgart, but alright, so good news here. 19. Germany's at 45, but they're going to lose 2 national morale objectives this turn. We'll reinforce some of these Italian units here. I'm going to move this headquarters from Trieste up toward Graz, where they're going to operate out of, and then we will try to move on Vienna, now that we've got these guys reinforced. Move down Blancs here, and could advance on Budapest. Let's see what we can do. Can we destroy this corps here that's surrounded? Yep, alright. Meanwhile, Klausenberg is ours. So the situation in Austria is not good for the Austrians. They're advancing on Budapest. My main issue is going to be supply, being able to push supply far enough forward here. Okay. What's supply going to be next turn? Not good. Okay. Move this Greek corps up here to guard Belgrade. Let's reinforce that Serbian corps. Alright, so we've got two sort of thrusts. We've got a Italian thrust materializing in southern Germany. And we've got a thrust toward Budapest and Vienna from multiple sides. Okay. I mean, I think it's about time for him to throw in the towel, but I think we've sort of agreed we're going to fight this more or less to the bitter end. Let the game decide that it's lost. Okay. Alright, meanwhile, can we break through the German lines here? We've got this lead element advancing toward Koblenz. Got troops advancing toward Cologne. British will advance out of Aachen. We've got a blimp at Dusseldorf. Ah! Darn. I advanced too far. I didn't get hurt, but I did run into some artillery blocking the way. We didn't do any damage there? Okay, let's pull back to Luxembourg. I'd like to be able to take Koblenz. I don't think I will have the movement points for anybody to do that. Oh, we did. All right, Koblenz is ours. So we've broken through in the center of Germany. Now we actually have to start pushing headquarters forward to get our supply moving. Can we operate these? It's less of a morale penalty than... I think, anyway. Then force marching. Alright, supply situation next turn is going to be what? Not terrible. Do we have... I don't think so. I was going to say, do we have the strength to attack any, like, Mets or anything? I don't think so. Spend almost all of our French money reinforcing these units. But big breakthrough here into Germany proper. I think that marks more or less that this thing is pretty much over. We could operate these guys. Oh, that's right, because we do have a front line through Italy, so we could send some reinforcements up through southern Germany, or even toward Vienna. Actually, I think it makes sense to do that to some extent. Okay. I don't have a French headquarters, which kind of gives me some pause, but... Actually, I could operate a French headquarters into southern Germany, too. That's another option. Make a drive toward Dresden or the soft underbelly, base them out of Munich. Let's do that. Okay. And actually, so I've got a new unit here. Can we deploy these guys to the front? Let's operate another unit out of here. Yep, there you go. So we placed one of the new units into the vacated spot. Push forward into Germany next turn. with a vengeance. French airship. Oh, we can see back down there. Russian submarine. That's all of our units to deploy this turn. So we landed at Wilhelmshaven. We have broken through into, passed into the German border, taken Koblenz. Basically, there's nothing standing in front of us here on the ground. Germany has 28 units. In the south, we've broken out through Munich. We've deployed basically a full army, 3 corps near Nuremberg and Regensburg. We can push north or support the Italians coming in behind the German front line, which they do. These are supply cities, so they'll have supply and they got headquarters, but this almost looks like a borderline World War II type pocket forming here. I'd be curious to see if they have anything at Mannerheim. No. They have 28 ground units left, of which we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So those are 12 units on the Western Front that we can see. Then they've got 13 at Brunn, 14 at Nova Side, 15 pushing toward 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So that's 26. I might be, I think 27 for sure in Berlin. I've got one more unit that we haven't accounted for. So no real surprises coming on the map here, I don't think. So, yeah. Austria-Hungary's morale's at 18%. I don't think they lost any national morale centers this turn. So I don't think they will be, like, morale-wise crushed. Be great if I could push some headquarters further forward. Like, toward Vienna. Okay, supply situation next turn will be slightly better and near Kosice in this pocket here. Not great for my offensives. Okay. We've got a number of Russian units that are frankly under strength. Which is not great. But I don't know that it matters. Like, even if they were to counterattack there, they're not close enough to any national morale objectives to probably do anything about it before this thing is over. So not much to do in the Sinai. I hope they don't have any troops at Fez. I hope this is their only partisan unit. And I didn't just leave Rabbit open. Okay. Yeah, the Ottomans are the only ones I don't seem to be able to touch. Alright. How's Romania doing diplomacy-wise? You'd think they'd be like, hey, the war's going great. Not so much. Alright, so I don't have a lot. I mean, I could reinforce the British Navy, I suppose, but I'm wondering if it's better to just buy units or diplomacy. So we've got 3 British diplomacy chits. We'll spend them on trying to keep Bulgaria out of the war. They're up to 70% chance of having an allied success. You would think that would matter. Unless the game's just deciding, nope, they're coming in. Russia has 1 more chit they can spend. Maybe we should spend it on Bulgaria. They've got, or Romania. Increase their chance of coming in more quickly. Russia has 120 some odd other points. I don't have a lot of units who haven't moved, who I can reinforce. For the Russians. I guess their air units are about it. Okay. Who has the Greeks? Who's allowed to, like... I guess Russia could buy a detachment, but... Are the Greeks under Serbia? No? Britain? I guess. That makes sense. France spent their money. Italy spent their money. Serbia still has a little bit. We can buy a cavalry division, I guess. Help some mopping up operations. But yeah, it's a pretty... I mean... Austria-Hungary's morale's down to 18%. It should fall with the loss of Brunnik. I think that's the only national morale objective of theirs that fell. The Germans lost... What did they lose? They lost something. They lost Graudens. They're at 44. Let's see if anything happens here. Italy celebrates the capture of Brunnik. Germany loses morale due to the fall of Graudens. Koblenz loses... Oh yeah, Germany also lost Koblenz. Romania views Russian successes against Austria-Hungary favorably. Nothing about Bulgaria. No events for Bulgaria to be like, we are not going to enter this cluster. Okay. Austria-Hungary's morale might be below 10%. They're in rough shape. I think they will fall in the next turn or two. The only people who are doing okay in this war who are like, yeah, guys, we're holding our own, are the Ottomans. It'd be great to knock Austria-Hungary out of the war and then just be able to turn everything against the Ottomans if the Bulgarians make the mistake of coming in. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching. I think we'll throw another turn into this episode, actually. All right, let's go ahead and jump back in to our next episode, or not episode, but our next turn, because this should be part of the previous episode still, of Strategic Command World War I. I don't think you need a briefing of what's all going on, because, again, we're picking up from the last turn, but things are going well. Austria-Hungary is being overrun. The Italians have effectively broken through the Alps and the mountains along the border provinces. They're breaking into southern Germany. We've deployed a bunch of French units there as well, and we'll see what he's done, if anything, to stem the tide, as the Western Allies primarily are the ones pushing through. The Russians are overrunning Austria-Hungary, but Eastern Prussia has been less fluid, I would say, although the Russians have been doing their job. All right, a bunch of German subs here. I wonder if they're going to try and attack that core here. Yep. They fell back there to Danzig. They're pulling off of the border. Well, if they pull all the way off the border, that'll probably end the game. I would imagine losing 4 or 5 national morale centers along the German border would be enough for them to lose the war. Also, it does look like rather than replace the troops he lost in some of those border forts in Eastern Prussia, he actually just shuffled troops around to give fresh troops a chance. The French did lose the 3rd Corps. Okay. And we've got some intelligence reports. 2 French corps ready to deploy this turn. Posen is surrounded. Germany's national morale is down to 36%. Austria-Hungary is at 12. They're just hanging on. If we go to diplomacy here, Bulgaria did not budge this turn, which is good news for us. They're still at 89%. And why would you want to join the war at this point? Bad weather is going to maybe slow us down a little bit on the... Well, it's pretty much uniform across all of the front, it looks like. Can we repair these guys? We could. I'd be tempted to try and take Danzig, though. He's only got a 5 strength unit there. So we can attack with multiples here. So let's... He can attack the air unit and then pull back out of the front line. So Danzig is... Are they entrenched? Well, doesn't look like I can actually take Danzig this turn, so instead I will attack that air unit. Repair these guys. The weather is slowing my ability to move forward. Alright, let's see if we can close in on Königsberg. Maybe we can destroy one of these detachments here. Not really. We damaged it, and they'll be weaker next turn, but we didn't destroy them. Posen is surrounded. I can probably get that, I would guess. Alright, so Posen is a national morale center that we just took from the Germans. We'll keep taking these northern towns here along the Baltic coast. Germany's national morale is at 36%, but again, they just lost another national morale center. So we'll probably fall a bit. Let's repair these guys. Okay, we attacked all along the Königsberg front, but couldn't reduce that one detachment. They've got a unit at Brunn. They must have gotten a new entrenchment technology unlocked, because you can see here they've got barbed wire in front of their units now. But the good news for us is that the French, we deployed basically 3 corps, effectively a whole army under Foch, here in the southern front. Taking Stuttgart, let's go ahead and attack this cavalry. Okay, so the Italians destroyed this German cavalry corps here. The French will advance. Pardon me if there's crackling or there's a coffee machine going. I can't do anything about that right now, but let's see. The French will have good supply forward. Let's go ahead and move the headquarters up there. How will that affect supply? Yeah, they'll be all in full supply as this force of 3 corps breaks into the rear of the Germans. Maybe I should have moved them west to try and go for the Germans who are now dug in here on these national morale centers and very well entrenched. Maybe we can get Metz this turn? I'm not sure, but it looks like most of these guys are dug into the teeth. We could probably flank Cologne here. Although it doesn't... I don't see a... Maybe we just do this. See if we can... break around them and then take it next turn, maybe? So we'd knock out that balloon. Is Dusseldorf actually a national morale center? I think it is, but I can't get there. Shoot. Should have let my cavalry hold up there. They can't cross the river to get there. And the units that have already crossed to the north are short on movement points. Might also be a zone of control thing. Okay, but in any event, we destroyed that unit here. Germany's national morale is at 35%. Detachment here will destroy this German ship anchored at Wilhelmshaven. German ships are inside the Kiel Canal. Can I go for these? Nice. Sank a German armored cruiser. That should hurt their national morale a bit. We got a lot of subs there, huh? Alright, so we sank an armored cruiser in the Kiel Canal. Alright, I thought maybe we could attack the Frankfurt boys because they aren't entrenched yet, but not really to any avail, any positive outcome here. Let's move on Vienna, I guess. Okay. Force march these boys toward Vienna. Maybe we can take it from the Austrians. Move down here and take Split. Ah, enemy contact. Good thing it's only a headquarters. So there's a headquarters at Pex. Germans are entrenched in front of us in the south here. But we actually have pretty good... They'll get artillery support here, but maybe we can get this... Shoot this core up a bit or drive it off its position. Got it! Yeah! Alright, we took that German corps to task. Destroyed it. And another one bites dust. Okay. So I gotta imagine in this pocket here in the south, this will probably not be the last turn for Austria-Hungary, but it's getting close. Okay. We're like at the doorstep of Budapest. We're coming in behind them. They've got probably more headquarters units than they know what to do with at this stage. Can we reinforce these guys? Alright, so Vienna and Budapest both in danger. Darn. What's the supply going to look like next turn? Not great. Not terrible. We could take Prague next turn too. We should probably leave Brunn, these German troops here, because if they want to dig in, like if they want to drive north toward Breslau to cut off this 5th Siberian Corps moving on Prague, they can be my guest. Alright, recon bombers probably will be useful in the assault on Budapest. I'll probably go for Budapest next turn, I would think. Can I operate this headquarters down here? I can. So, okay, let's see what that does to supply. Maybe it gets worse. No? Okay, so it should be okay down here on that final drive. Alright, having taken Nova side, I mean, we're basically pocketing these guys here in the south. Okay, so Budapest, or Belgrade still has entrenchments. We've got these troops here in the south. I don't think I took any national morale objectives for the, I wish I could get the artillery down there. Alright, these Russian headquarters, some of these guys are way too far back. I've been clinging to, like, keep them on supply centers. But okay. All right, so that probably does it on the Eastern Front. We kind of did some of the Western Front. So we can have some successful attacks here, it looks like. Mainz is not a national... Metz is a national morale objective. Alright, balloons are giving me some intel on where these bad guys might be set up. Nothing else discovered, so they've all fallen back. Basically just barely into Germany. Alright, we've got 2 shells here. Their morale is surprisingly good for these border troops. Alright, well those are largely futile attacks that open myself up to enemy counterattacks. I think we'll hold off and make our major play for pushing against the Germans next turn. Got the new units here for the French. Deploy one there so we don't have a gap. And one here. So we'll try to take Metz and Cologne next turn. I shouldn't have spent that artillery at Metz this turn. I should have saved it. But it is what it is. Germany's morale is at 35%. They did lose one national morale center. So it'll probably fall a little bit. Alright, let's operate these guys forward a little bit, and we can try and push toward Dresden. We won't get to Dresden next turn, but we can maybe take some more key cities in the south of Germany here. Alright, so Austria-Hungary's pretty much landlocked. They don't have any more ports. They lost Split. Yeah. Pressburg could be a national morale value. The Austrians are at 11 national morale. Okay. Can we get to Jerusalem? That would be fun. Okay. Try to put down this rebellion here. I wonder if landing in like Beirut or something like that. Can we do that? Do we have a detachment we could... Mostly just garrisons. Okay. Alright. I'm trying to push a gap here and maybe make a push towards some other objectives in the Ottoman Empire, but it won't go anywhere. Okay. It's gonna be interesting is doing an amphibious assault. Do we think any of these places are unoccupied? If we did like an amphibious assault into Anatolia, I don't really have Russian troops to spare right now, but you never know. Someday, maybe. I don't really think we're going to do anything with the British Navy. I don't know what we'd do. Alright. Diplomacy, do we have any more diplomatic points to spend? Just on Romania. Maybe. Bulgaria's at a 70% chance not to move toward the Central Powers. 25% chance for Romania to move toward us. Maybe we should declare war on Holland. Just be like, have it out, boys. Now is the time to resolve those grievances. What grievances? Not entirely sure. But, you know, I'm sure there's something. Alright. French can buy a corps. It's remarkable I haven't done infantry weapons yet. Alright, so maybe there's an off chance we can break through the entrenchments at Vienna next turn. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe Budapest with all these Russians mounting up there. Might be a multi-turn thing, not sure. But we'll see. Königsberg, probably safe for now. Especially with the Germans having developed more advanced entrenchments. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We did take Posen, so at least that should be good. Maybe I'll get them below 30%. I don't know when the game decides, like, all right, boys, let's have them throw in the towel. But it is, you know. German morale falls to the drop of Posen. Budapest, Honvud mobilized, so they do get a free unit. It's hard to imagine Austria-Hungary not collapsing by this point. Oh, there's your infantry weapons level 1. And warfare level 3. So the French are about to get a lot more effective. Logistics level 3 too. Hey, Russia finally did trench warfare level 1. Alright, boys. We'll see what the next turn has in store. I think I did talk to Alex. I think our next game, we are going to play another one. I think we're going to do the Balkan War DLC after this. Now that we've both gotten a little more comfortable with the game. But that'll be for another time. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for joining us. And until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.